What's up YouTube, this is Will Black Ops Pro, and today I have somewhat of a controversial topic for today's commentary, which is, should supply drops and weapon variants be brought back to Black Ops 3? Now, supply drops and weapon variants, while they did add a little bit of variety to Advanced Warfare, ultimately they led to the breakdown of the balance of Call of Duty, even more so than we've seen it in the past. Because supply drops and weapon variants are inherently unequal, and I'm going to attempt to prove to you guys why that is. Now, in the background, you see some Black Ops 1 gameplay here. Black Ops 1 is known for pretty overall balanced gameplay. You know, the snipers are balanced, the assault rifles are balanced, SMGs are balanced. Nothing really completely dominated in Black Ops 1, and now I'm going to kind of tie that into here. Now, let's get into the supply drop thing. Now, the supply drops are a way of getting different weapon variants, in case you guys didn't know. And the different weapon variants, they differ on different statistics. For example, you might give up 1 range or something to get 1 damage, or vice versa, or you could give up like 2 accuracy and get 2 ranges, or something like that. It really depends on the variant. You can also get free attachments and stuff with it, but it adds a little bit of variety to the game. I mean, it sure does, and that's a positive thing, but the positives don't outweigh the cons. There are just way too many problems with the supply drop system, and also how Sledgehammer has been abusing this system, to make money. For example, with the advanced supply drops that came out last month, that is completely exploiting, the system and setting precedent for other Call of Duties to follow, which I'm also going to bring up. So, some of the elite weapons are completely overpowered compared to the base models. So the base model, let's go with the Bow and the Bow Obsidian Steed. Now, the Bow Obsidian Steed is regarded by many to be the best gun in the game. And the regular Bow is not bad, but it's nothing great either. And let me go kind of what I mean. So, the Bow has the regular Bow post-patch has a 3-hit kill range of about 5 meters. The Obsidian Steed, however, has +2 damage, which means it gets a long-range damage point increase, which makes it a 4-hit kill versus the 5-hit kill normally. And it also adds another point of damage to its medium-range damage, so instead of being a 4-hit kill at medium range, it's a 3-hit kill at medium range all the way up to 30 meters, which is a huge advantage. And, other guns display similar situations, like the HBR and the HBR-A3 Insanity. So the HBR, the regular one, is a 5-hit kill at long range, and it has a rather slow rate of fire, and which is one reason why many people don't use it, and you never see it in competitive and stuff. However, the Insanity not only has an extra damage point at range, so it's a 4-hit kill, but it has +2 fire rate, which means that you're firing much faster, and the weapon becomes much more competitive, and it's actually considered one of the best guns in the game. And all you give up is 10% hip fire spread, so you get 10% more hip fire spread, and you can't put any optics, which isn't that big of a trade-off. You think about it, and you get a gun that's way faster and it's time to kill at any range. It doesn't matter at close range, long range, it's all going to help you just the same, the fire rate and the thing. So that makes it completely overpowered compared to just the base model, and not everyone can get it. It's all based on luck, and that's the unfortunate thing. I have been playing Advanced Warfare since day 0, since it came out. Probably 11 days into the game, over 5 months. And I'm on 19th Prestige, almost at 20th Prestige, and I still don't have a lot of the weapon variants I want. I don't have the AK-12 RIP, I don't have the Insanity, I don't have any of those good guns. I don't have the Steel Bite, the Hole Puncher, anything good like that. And I put probably more time into the game than probably 97% of the maybe 95, 97% of the community. Because most people, let's keep in mind, trade this game in, or a lot of people did trade the game in within the first week it came out, because after they realized it was so bad. Now, the problem is with the supply drop system is that you're not guaranteed anything. You can play for probably you can play for years and not get the guns you want, just because the algorithm is just focused so much on getting clothing. And at the end of the day, who cares about clothing? It just looks like clothing just, it just makes your character look cool. I mean, that's great, Sledgehammer, but no one really cares, because think about it, you can't even see anything on your guy except the gloves, like when you're actually playing. So already, right then and there, I'm not sure why they have clothing and supply drops, because no one wants it. Everybody wants to get guns out of that, and You know, half the time you're either getting clothing or you're getting care packages, or you're getting like double XP, which isn't that bad, or you're also getting rapid supply. But I'm not sure why you would want to get something out of care packages helps you get, or out of a supply drop that helps you get another supply drop. And I'm not even sure exactly what rapid supply does. But anyway, most people would rather have like actual weapons out of that instead of, you know, just stuff like that. Now, not only are you unlikely to get good stuff out of that, but like once you do get something good out of it, that's the only thing you're gonna be using. You know, all you see people running around with is these elite weapons, and you know it's completely unfair because you know you could put more time into the game than someone else, and they still have an advantage over you. Like for example, any noob can get the Obsidian Steed out of a supply drop early on, and once he has that, he's a huge advantage compared to everyone else. Now, people wanted elite weapons and they weren't getting them, and a lot of people started getting bored of this game, kind of like I did. And you know, their solution to this was, okay, we're gonna add 15 more prestiges, and we're just gonna reward you with these guns that we picked. You know, these elite guns for each time you prestige. But the problem with that is half of them suck, and also if a gun that you want is not listed on there, you're not gonna get it, which is quite unfortunate because the Insanity is not listed on there, and that's one of the best guns in the game. That's really the only elite gun I want at this point in time. Because I have the Speakeasy and I have the Obsidian Steed and the Goliath and stuff like that, but I don't have the Insanity, which is quite unfortunate. They also, Sledgehammer, try to capitalize on this crisis, essentially, by making advanced supply drops and making them buyable. Originally, their plan was not to make these buyable, but because of Advanced Warfare's terrible sales, they needed to figure out a way to generate lost revenue. And their solution? Advanced supply drops. Advanced supply drops, you can buy hundreds of these things and literally get almost nothing. T. Martin and other big YouTubers, they spend nearly $400 on supply drops just to make a few videos, you know, of them opening 200 plus supply drops. And they get, like, literally only, like, 3 good elite weapons that are actually usable. And one of them we got was the Bearfish, which is a pretty bad elite weapon, but we'll just give it an elite weapon. So 3 elite guns out of 200 something supply drops. Advanced supply drops, keep that in mind. Each of them costing $199, so we spent like nearly $400 on it, and he only got a few guns. The problem with this is that it sets precedent, so we may very well in fact see this in Black Ops 3 as another money-making tactic, but what they're doing to the gamer is practically extortion, because just by owning the disc, you own every single elite gun in the game, every single professional, every single elite, all the gear, because it's already coded into the disc. You already own that, and Activision's double charging you. And not only are they doing that, but they're charging you $199 per drop, and you're not guaranteed anything. And out of each drop, about 2/3 of that is clothing. So you're telling me that, okay, if you spend $400 on supply drops, 266 and 67 cents of that money is going towards gear like clothing, gloves, Atlas underpants. Like, are you kidding me? No one really cares about the clothing. I mean, there's some people who do, and the reason they put like complete sets of clothing in there, like, oh, cowboy stuff and surfer gear and stuff like that, because they want all the little kids to, you know, buy supply drops, try to complete the set, kind of like what they do with Happy Meals at McDonald's, where you know you have to, once you get one toy, that encourages the kid to keep coming back, getting Happy Meals to complete the collection. It's the same idea here. But the thing is, they're selling you stuff that you already own, which is pretty much extortion at that point. So, and I do think this might set precedent. I really don't want to see either supply drops or weapon variants in Black Ops 3. What we need to do is we need to go back to what Call of Duty was like in Black Ops 1, where all the weapons were the same, pretty much, essentially. If a guy killed you, let's say with a FAMAS, there's no reason why you can't pull out a FAMAS and, you know, beat him at his own game. You have access to all the weapons, given that you're at a high enough level. But in Advanced Warfare, that's not the case. If you get outgunned by an Obsidian Steed, and you don't have an Obsidian Steed because you didn't get lucky enough, you know, guess what? Tough luck. You can't stay competitive. You have to use a weapon that's subpar. You can't compete. And that's essentially what's happened here. Is that, you know, sort of a pay-to-win system has evolved with the advanced supply drops, I mean, sure, you aren't guaranteed anything, but those who buy 400 bucks worth are definitely more likely to get things than people who aren't. Now, I definitely don't recommend you guys buying advanced supply drops because the business model here, guys, is not a good one, because Sledgehammer's trying to resell you stuff you already own. So I definitely would not buy it, and I definitely don't want to see some Black Ops 3 just from a balancing perspective, and just because micro DLC like this is really annoying when they try to get even more money at you. And I myself, guys, have not bought a single advanced supply drop. I've gotten a few from ranking up, but you never get anything good out of them. Like, in fact, I think I even saw a video up, I think Drifter was doing a video, and he stated that you're more likely to get professional items in a advanced supply drop than anything else, and you're more likely to get elites out of a regular one. So, given that we know that now, why exactly do we have any incentive to go out and buy supply drops? It doesn't really make sense why actors should do this. Probably because they want you to keep coming back. It's almost like gambling. You're gonna think, okay, maybe if I buy one more supply drop, I'll get this elite gun that I've been wanting for several months. That's why they keep wanting you to gamble your money away, essentially, to try to get these digital guns that don't really matter all that much. I mean, yeah, sure, you could get the best gun in the game, but is that really going to change a whole lot of gameplay? Like, is it worth 500 bucks? No. And if you've watched Team Arm's videos or Allier's videos of them opening supply drops, keep in mind that every single drop that they open is valued at $199. And they aren't getting anything, really. And not only that, but they get duplicates. These duplicates, that's essentially double charging you. It's not just extortion because you already own the stuff, but they're double charging you because, the algorithm or something has no idea to, maybe check to see if you already own something. So my biggest problem with this is just pretty much the balancing factor in the game, because I don't like being outgunned or losing gunfights just because some guy had a better weapon variant. That's especially true with the Insanity, because that gun is much better than the regular base variant. I've tried out myself. It's actually a lot better. And that's the way it is for most guns. Like the Speakeasy is pretty good. Like somewhat better than the ASM-1 at certain things. The Strider is better than the ASM-1 at certain things. Just there's many examples of elite guns that can outgun regular base model guns, and there's nothing you can do about it. So that is really just why they should not come back. I hope they made this point clear, because I really do not want Vonhar to turn this into money-making tactic, or something to keep you going. Because some people like grinding for supply drops, and that's what kept them playing AW for so long. But kind of like me, I had to play AW, try to get supply drops, but when you don't realize you're not going to get the supply drops, it becomes really boring. And I've had much more fun on Call of Duties where there aren't any supply drops and all the guns are the same. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the commentary. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. And thanks for watching. This has been World of War, and see you guys later.